Hey, this is Max at 343 Labs. We're a music production school based in New York City, Berlin, and online. And today I'd like to show you a clip by one of our instructors, John Selway, which is taken from 343 TV, which airs right here on our channel several days per week. Now, if you want to watch the full stream, head over to studio.343labs.com, link in the description, which is our new producer hub where you can meet other producers, get free content, collaborate, and get feedback on your music. Enjoy the clip.
This is a really interesting generative sequencer. And it can also be used as an arpeggiator, so you can run MIDI into it and it will break those notes up into unique patterns. You know what? I feel like I should maybe start this from scratch rather than go with the pattern that I had before. So let's look that up. Should be here installed in the packs. There it is, Hypnos Records, Slink MIDI. Let's throw that on in front of an operator playing some kind of little plucky sound. Let's hear what it sounds like. Not that exciting at first. All right, let's simplify the sounds too. Something a little more pleasant to start with, let's say. We'll just use a sine wave, why not? You can kind of see what's going on here, right? There's a wave, a sine wave, and a threshold. And this is for triggering notes, when the notes happen, right? If the threshold is all the way up, we hear nothing. As I bring it down, when the amplitude of that sine wave goes over the threshold, we hear a note play. And how often those notes play is determined by the rate. Put some reverb or something on that. It sounds so dry. See, originally this is how this stream was going to be. We ramped up into hard acid real fast. Now let's take a break and see if we can turn this into something kind of hypnotic techno sort of pattern or something. But for right now, we've got pretty bells. All right, so that's whether a note plays or not. And right now there's only one note on, so I could add some more. We can go from hertz to a synchronized LFO, and then we're going to start hearing the patterns repeat sort of more musically. All right, so that's when the notes play. And then we have another modulator for what the pitch is. And then those pitches are then quantized into a scale. So right now it's playing C minor. I'm going to make it A now. And then this is a cool parameter. You can make it all fit into an exact scale, different type of scale, but then, or mode. But then if you change the color, it'll emphasize or de-emphasize certain notes. So you'll hear, more of one group of notes than another. And that can help make like more musical, interesting patterns, right? Let's get the clock running faster. We have it on quarter notes right now. That's already really nice. Let's unsync the pitch. So now that the LFO doing the pitch is out of time with the clock, it's going to constantly change. Well, those are too high. Let's filter this a little bit. can lower the range a little bit. It's getting high, so I'm going to bring down the higher notes. All right, now let's play around with some more variations in this. So I can change the shape of the waveform. I can apply gravity to it. So higher gravity, the notes stay lower more often. Lower gravity, they float higher. And these are all things that you can automate or modulate. So you could create really interesting musical evolution just by playing with the amounts of modulation and how the modulators react. It's really amazing. You can narrow or widen the range with the spread control. You can squish higher or lower. It's really interesting. How does it sound with like a big banging kick drum underneath it? A little bit incongruous, right? I feel like I need a different kick drum for this. I'm just keeping time right now. What do we filter it? Because that's just it's too dirty for that. It's so pretty. Let's see what happens if I click random on the clock. What? It's subdividing. It's adding faster subdivisions on certain steps. It's like, you could never play that. That's what I love the most about these kind of high-tech sequencers, is they do stuff that either you can't physically even play, or that you wouldn't even think to or want to do the work required to like draw in all of that in a piano roll. Like, it's impossible. You would probably never do that. Rarely would you think of ever doing that. So yeah, this is amazing. All right, but I feel like let's play around a little bit with the triggers we're doing. So now we're getting in, this is more like it, like for techno, more repetitive. If you want to get into something hypnotic. This is already a track I could finish. Just if I were keeping it really simple and looking for simple parts that are intricate. And you just modulate or play around with certain parameters. Speaking of, there is a modulation section. So we can use more waveforms to modulate the offset, inversion, or gravity of these. Right, so now there's a waveform modulating the offset. This is definitely generative now. It's creating constant new evolving melodies, and it's kind of poignant sounding somehow. I'm gonna play with the sound a little bit. already telling a story. The Slink filter. Which is kind of following a similar idea with the LFO modulation. I like it when it's going the opposite direction. It's like waves. I think some of the concept of these is like water and waves. Let's give it some more high end to filter out. I'm going to change the rhythm of this. Not to make exactly electro, but syncopated. We're ending mellow. I know I said we were going to end up. I did it the exact opposite of what I said. We started high and we're ending chill. What happens if we add some overtones to this? A little spread, adding some stereo imaging to that sound coming out of go into the advanced view of this filter. I know this isn't generative sequencing anymore, but since we're playing with it, I like that you can mono out the low frequencies in this filter and just modulate and play with the non-bassy ones. All right, getting crazy. And we end on that chill, poignant, spacey, psychedelic, generative moment. Thanks everybody for going along. I told you it was going to be waves and up and down today. It definitely was. Something about the direction that these plugins took me, right?
I hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you want to watch the full stream, head over to studio.343labs.com, link in the description below. And that is our new producer hub where you can find free content, collaborate with other musicians, get feedback on your music, and just meet a community of like-minded artists and producers. See you next time.